Alrighty, welcome to another video on Cheese Talk. Today I'm going to be making my Week 13 NFL predictions using the Playoff Predictors website. They have football, baseball, basketball, and college football if you want to use this website. So I'll just start it off with the Bengals and Dolphins. Bengals and Dolphins, good one here. You got the 7-4 Dolphins taking on the 2-8-1 Bengals. The Bengals, obviously, without their franchise quarterback Joe Burrow at this point. I'm going to take the Dolphins here. I don't expect the Bengals to be very competitive the rest of the season with Brandon Allen at the helm. Next one up, and we're going to be going AFC to NFC with AFC, NFC in the middle. Just work left or right here. Next one up is going to be the Raiders at the Jets. The Raiders had a pretty ugly loss last week at the Falcons. They're 6-5. They're currently sitting outside of the playoffs. If you see that right there, 8 teams get in. Or 7 teams get in. They are 8th. But this is a win for them. The Jets are not going to win this. They haven't dropped into 0-12. Colts at Texans. This one's a very interesting one in my opinion. I could honestly see the Texans pulling this one out. Colts are a solid team, 7-4, just lost to the Titans a week ago. Derrick Henry ran all over them. And then there's the Texans, who started 2-7, have won 2 in a row versus, not the best competition, but you play who you play. They've kind of had some tough scheduling anyway. So, you know what? I know they don't have Will Fuller. He just got suspended for 6 games, which is the end of the season. But I'm going to take the Texans. I think Deshaun Watson's playing at an efficient level right now, an elite level, if you will. I just think Indy's defense has not been very productive. Cleveland at Tennessee, a battle of 2-8-3 teams here. The Titans, or the Colts rather, are going to be kicking themselves because I believe that the Titans are going to pick up this win. I don't like the Browns that much, to be completely honest. I think Baker is overrated. I don't even know if you can say overrated. No one really likes him. But I feel like when he's going to have to start making some plays, I don't think he'll be able to. This is going to be a great game for running backs, though. Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, and Kareem Hunt all going to go off, probably. This next one, Patriots at Chargers. Patriots, for me, I have a formula now. If they play good one week, they're going to play bad the next. I'm just taking the Chargers here. That's the way it works. If they win one week, the next week, they're going to lose. That's what they've done this season. I'm just going to go with that. We don't really need to talk about this one. Broncos at Chiefs. As long as the Chiefs show up, they'll win. So I've got most of the home teams winning, to be honest. Not that this year with COVID really matters at home. I've got the one road team being the Raiders to win. And so let's keep going. And then let's just finish this up. Andy Dalton takes on Trace McSorley. I'm going to take the Ravens. I think they have a better supporting cast. And this is supposed to be Thursday, but it's going to be Tuesday now. Yeah, I'll take Baltimore. Washington football team goes to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's 11-0. Washington is 4-7, trying to get that division crown in the AFC or the NFC East. Yeah, Pittsburgh's defense is going to be too much of a problem for Washington. I'm going to take the Steelers to get to 12-0 here. And then Jaguars at Vikings, I'm going to take Minnesota unless they don't show up. But, they lost to the Vikings a few weeks ago when they obviously shouldn't have. So that happened. And then Monday Night Football, one of the Monday night games, we have 2 of them. This is going to be the Bills at the 49ers. The 49ers are going to have to play the rest of the season in Arizona for home games because of COVID restrictions in San Francisco. So that's something. I guess they're not even in their own home. But somehow I saw on Bovada, which is a betting site, the line is still Niners 1. I'm going to take the Bills here. I think they're coming in. The Niners are very injured. They did pick up an impressive win last week, but I think the injuries are going to catch up to them. Buffalo's a good team. They'll take advantage. This game really doesn't matter. Lions-Bears, I'll take the Bears. Just think that they're going to break the losing streak. Saints-Falcons, this one's going to be interesting. I think the Saints are due for a loss with Taysom Hill. Give me the Falcons. I think this is going to happen. I don't remember the last time the Saints swept the Falcons in a regular season, and that's what they're looking to do now. So I'm going to take the Falcons here. A really good game here, the Rams and the Cardinals. I mean, this is a big one. You take a look here. You got 7-4 versus 6-5. If the Cardinals win this, let's just say that Cardinals do pick this up. They leapfrog the Rams. But if the Rams win this, the Cardinals aren't even in the playoffs. So it's a very big game. I mean, right now that'd be the 7. They cannot afford to lose this game, though. which is why I think they're going to pick it up. I know the Rams played terrible last week. The Cardinals played terrible last week. One of them has to bounce back, and I think it's going to be the Cardinals. Kyler Murray, expect him to have a good game. I think the Cardinals have got this. Goff does not impress me. Giants, they might not even have Daniel Jones. It won't matter. Seahawks are playing better football. And then Eagles at Packers. This one's an interesting one. A lot of people think this is going to be easy. I think Green Bay is going to struggle a little bit, but they are the better team. Carson Wentz has been atrocious this year. That's all I can really say for that. I think Green Bay is going to take advantage of this. This is a revenge game from a year ago that they lost. So I'll take the Packers to win this one at home, which let's look at the standings if my picks happen this week. In the AFC, let's go ahead and first of all, let's look at it from a conference standpoint. The 7 seed would be the Raiders. The 6 would be the Browns. The 5 would be the Dolphins. 4 Bills, 3 Titans, 2 Chiefs, 1 Steelers. Meaning in the first round, the Raiders, who have played the Chiefs hard twice, would go to Arrowhead and play the Chiefs. The Browns would go to Tennessee for a rematch of this week's matchup, and the Dolphins would go to Buffalo for an AFC East wildcard showdown. And then we take a look over at the NFC. Tampa would get the 7 seed, the Rams would get the 6, Cardinals the 5th, Giants the 4th, Saints 3, Packers 2, Seahawks 1. So already off the bat, you get Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers round 1, and I think it would play differently this time around. I'm biased, yes, but I think Green Bay would put up a better showing. Then you'd get the Rams and the Saints, a rematch of the NFC title game from 2019. And then Cardinals-Giants. So those would be good matchups. But now let's take a look at divisions if this week happens the way I have predicted, which it won't. But if it does. Baltimore is sitting in 3rd at 7-5 with a matchup with Cleveland left to play, who's a game above them. So there's that. The Colts sit at 7-5. That would put them 2 games behind the Titans. I don't see them making that up if that happens. The Dolphins would be 1 game behind the Bills. The big kicker here. The Dolphins, when we look at their schedule, still have the Chiefs, still have the Raiders, still have Buffalo. They could take care of business if they become 1 game behind when they get to Week 17, because then they play Buffalo. But they got to take care of business here in Week 14 and Week 16, and Week 15 won't be easy either for them. In the AFC West, the Chiefs would basically wrap this division up if my predictions of this week happens. In fact, the Chiefs can wrap the AFC West up this weekend with a win and a Raiders loss. But I don't predict that to happen. The Raiders would still be in the playoffs. They'd be the last seed here. They would still have a fighting chance. They'd have to win out. Kansas City would have to lose out. Things would have to happen crazy. Then we take a look at the NFC. You'd have 2 teams still alive in the North to compete with Green Bay a little bit. You'd have Minnesota at 6-6 and the Bears at 6-6. You would have in the NFC South, basically Tampa and New Orleans. Tampa would still trail New Orleans, but they'd cut into their lead a little bit if the Saints messed up this week. The NFC East would still be as bad as it is. It'd be even worse. You'd still have every team available to win that division. And then the West would get very interesting with the Cardinals and Rams tied for the same record. Niners kind of falling out of contention to get that wild card. And the Seahawks would be kind of the clear cut to go forward and win. And then your teams with bye weeks, obviously that I did not pick, would be Carolina and Tampa, in which, is kind of odd. Week 13 is a late bye week, but, with the way COVID went this year, things had to happen. So those 2 are on a bye this week, so they will not be playing. Tampa is really the only significance there. But yeah, that is my prediction for Week 13 in the NFL season. Make sure to comment down below what you think. And let's hope for, more than anything, a healthy Green Bay win tomorrow. Go Pack, go.